Good morning and welcome back, everyone. We are here again to try our hand at the reconquered campaign of Lugdunum. We made some good progress in this map so far. Our economy is stellar, if I do say so myself. We've got our second block up and running with plenty of room for more houses here. It is a great block, if I do say so myself. And we have a opportunity now to expand across the river here and into enemy territory. And by enemy, I mean Gauls. And by Gauls, I mean subhuman people. So, let us do that. We've got plenty of gold going. I think we don't really need to be adding anything over here. Food is probably going to be a bit of a bottleneck, actually. So what I'm keen to do is add some farms up here. We won't be able to put like a block or much stuff here just yet, but that's okay. We can also maybe get ready for our patricians or add a third block over here. The population goal is 8,000 on this map, so we have to be a bit careful. Actually, right now we have an available capacity of 249. That's quite a lot, considering that we have 72 unemployed plebs. That's going to be 300 jobs or so, or 300 plebs that needs jobs. So let's get to doing that. Real quick, let's look at our trade partners. Portus Namnetum, we haven't opened yet, and we have plenty of money, so let's go ahead and do that. They will buy weapons and furniture, so we want to increase our output of both of those things. Oil as well, although I'm not too interested in selling oil just yet. If at all. We're fine without it. Eventually we might move into it just because it's worth a decent amount of money. If we look over here, we can see that oil sells for 150, which is much better than weapons and slightly worse than furniture. Once again, I've realized that I've left my recording in Twitch mode. I have been streaming on Twitch some Caesar 3 stuff, so this time I will take it away so it's not blocking anything. There we go. So let's get started with that. We want a couple things. More furniture and more weapons. And more food. And I think we can accomplish all of these things pretty reasonably with the amount of plebs we have and that are coming in. So, real quick, let's go to overlays and let's take a look at the... Oh look, there's enemies here. I did update my client. Natives is what we want to see. Actually, did I turn on weather here? Yeah, I have enabled dynamic weather, so we're going to see some weather effects now. The Augustus client did update, so that's cool. So, alright, we can build basically everywhere on this plateau except this tiny area right here, but we won't be going there just yet. So let's start over here. You'll see a new button. There's a option to repair buildings that have collapsed or burned down right away instead of just deleting and rebuilding the wreckage, which is very cool. And let's get more wheat. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 8 for now is fine. We'll get a granary right here. And let's go ahead and road these up. Just like so. And we'll turn all that off. We'll add, not veggies. Get out of here, veggies. Oh my god. There we go. We'll build an engineer, and I accidentally built 2. Hee hee. There we go. Okay, so this will be covered, and then we'll just need to cart depot that out. So we'll do that in a second. We'll probably take it over here. We'll supply this one. And that should be more than enough. In fact, I don't even know if we're going to need to supply this one. We'll keep an eye on this. As we get a few more houses here, it would probably be nice to supply it, but we're not suffering, so it's fine. Okay, next thing to do is to increase our weapons production and our furniture production. For furniture, we can just like throw down a couple more furniture IKEAs here, and that would be totally fine. For weapons, however, let's get that there. We're going to need some more iron first and foremost. So let's throw down iron just wherever we can. Get another one there, another one there. Cool. Okay, that's 3 more iron. Plenty of iron. And let's go workshops. Weapons. One there. One here. Get one there. I think 3 more weapons will be fine. Eventually, because of the way this map is shaped, I think it would be best to get 2 cart pushers per resource that you're shipping out. Because it takes an ox... Oh, it started to rain. It takes an ox cart quite a long time to get all the way down here. So having 2 is not a bad thing. Especially if you end up moving this dock over here to make it closer to the entrance. Then it's really nice because then these guys have to make this huge trip. And if you're building something up here that requires a dock resource or a sea trade resource and you have to send things up here to build it, it's also nice for that too. Okay, so that takes care of that partially, not fully. Let's also get some more furniture. Let's do that right here. And I kind of want to leave this open here because these traders are going through like this. So let's do that. 2 more furniture should make this quite nice. And we are at negative 52 plebs. And I know we have more coming in, but I'm going to go ahead and build a few more houses anyway. Just help this along. That's fine. And let's get some Lararia here. Just to fill in the blanks. Can't fit one there. So we'll go ahead and just leave that as it is. We might need to get a... Ooh, it's snowing. Get a couple ponds here. Make it look extra nice. And let us carry on here. So this is already full. Let's go ahead and get a road right here so I can fit a cart depot here. Cool. And yeah, let's start shipping over here. So we're going to 5 from 8. So 8 to 5. There we go. You know, I used to work a job. I always worked 9 to 6s, but there was a shift I got on Saturdays once back when I was in finance, and it was an 8 to 5. And man, I like that so much better. I don't know what it is, but there was just something about clocking out at 5 that felt so much better. So I'd be home at around 6, you know, I'd have to commute. This was back when I was living in America, but... You know, I was in California, so the commutes were awful, you know, the freeway... The whole freeway meta over there is a nightmare, no matter where you are, I think, but... That 8 to 5 just... It felt heavenly. Even if it was just once a week, it was much better than the 9 to 6, I tell you. Okay, plenty of plebs moving in. Room for 210, so we got a good amount. That'll increase as these guys level up. And I think we can go ahead and expand. So this, I always make this plateau for my patricians. This is my little patrician plateau. I feel like just having them front and center, right in the middle of the map, just feels appropriate. They can just lord over all the poor people, which is what you ought to do when you're a patrician. So that means I'm going to skip this little area here, and I'm going to expand over this way. I think we got the wolves. I think the wolves kind of ran out through here and attacked my plebs before, so we had to put them down. So we shouldn't have any more wolf problems here, which is good. Let's clear out some of these trees. Alright, and let's get ready for a nice, big, beautiful block here. With some annoying rocks in the way, but that's alright. Let's go up this way. Alright, we could make this a little bigger if we wanted to. Could do this. I think this is fine. Although it's... yeah. It ends up being a 22x6 just with an extra little... it looks like a AA battery here, you know. I've got a battery block here. I want to put it in my Game Boy. That's fine. That's totally fine. We can live with that. And let's go ahead and get our reservoir. I think this will be okay. Yeah, nice, okay. We won't have to aqueduct anything there, we can do that. And let's get our usual suspects here. If I have any 1x1 areas, we can just plop these in there. Let's get our barber. And our doctor here. Get our bath. Maybe right over here would be nice. Let's do that. And you'll notice that these guys aren't populating, and that's because this must be blocked off somewhere. So let's see if that'll fix it. There we go. Okay, cool. And let's get some temples. Oops. Go ahead and turn on auto cycle. I'm being the lazy bum that I am. Just going to stick all 5 of them on one block. I know some people see this and hate it. It's fine. I don't mind it at all. It is what it is. Alright. Let's go ahead and add... well, I guess we don't need to add the theater and stuff here just yet. That's fine. So what we'll do is we'll clear up a little bit of space up here. We'll add a granary. Gold! Alright, let's start doing that. I think it's fine putting this here if we wanted to. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that. I don't know why I paused it. Let's get our road going. So this is going to come out this way. That's going to come out like this. We're going to grab a roadblock right there. So this, the engineer and prefecture will be able to touch this, even though there's a roadblock. They have a 2 square radius effect. And let's go ahead and add wheat. I gotta switch that so it does, I'll do it later. I updated the client, so now it, like, took away some of my settings, I think. For, dividing them by groups of 4 for granaries and such. It's, actually, you know what, let's... where's the option for that? City view, highlight legions. Draw Rod of Asclepius for health menu? I have no idea what that is. Is that new? Storage. Markets don't distribute. Okay, use multiples of 4 for granary, warehouse, and card table quantity. Yes. Yes, that's what we want. Okay, and let's get some food here. So, we can get some farms up here, and that's totally fine. I could get just more farms up here and then ship it over. Let's get another house right here while we're at it. Speaking of the things. Yeah. I'm gonna take this off getting. We're just gonna have it as accepting. I think that's fine for now. Let's get our own little farm area here. I think that might be just more convenient. So we're gonna go from the bottom. 2, 3, 4, 5. Six, 7. No, let's not do that one. 8. 9. Now, the smarter thing to do here would just be to build a granary up here and have this get, but we're going to be, dare I say, slightly inefficient. And instead, we are just going to get a road connection here, and they'll deliver straight into this granary. Which is fine for now. Why? Because we have no one living here. It's going to take forever to plebs to get in here anyway. We don't really need to be super efficient. Alright, let's also get another house right here. So we should still have plenty of plebs moving in. And also get another one right here, actually. Let's do that. And the reason I'm doing this first is because it's just closer. Once I start populating this block, it's going to take so long for plebs to get here. It's actually going to be quite a while before you see the increase in your pop, because it just takes forever for people to get there. And there's only a certain number of immigrants that can be on the screen at the same time. So there's kind of more of an incentive to fill in your closer blocks first. So we'll do that. We're at minus 89. So we'll let the people kind of file in here. Let this food go up. We will get the market here, though. Pick that up. Ooh, it got dark. It got super dark. Look at that. A proper lightning storm. Interesting. This is all new for me. I think I've only seen I've seen the snow and the rain on yesterday's stream, but I have not seen the lightning storm yet, so that's fun. A May shower. Alright. Hope I don't have to put an epilepsy warning on this, although it's not constant flashing, it's just once in a while. Good, these guys are getting in here. And what does this put us at? This puts us at available capacity of 245, minus 79 right now. I'm going to go ahead and speed it up slightly. There we go. A price rise in marble. That's annoying. I say. Aha. Stubborn locals. Here we go, finally. Governor, it seems that all our efforts thus far have been fruitless. The natives are proving most stubborn in their backwards ways, but a solution has come to mind. If we were to send them a gift of Roman goods, they might see the merit of opening trade relations. Stockpile 16 oil and 16 furniture. These goods will be consumed to win over the locals and unlock mission posts. So this is important, and this is kind of a cue to go ahead and get some oil. So we will do that. We also have to store a ton of weapons right now, which kind of makes me want to get another warehouse just for weapons here, for this kind of situation. Let's up this to 16. We are storing, so what should happen is these get delivered over, and then this pops up and gets us the number that we need. And we see weapons coming over here, so that should get us to where we want to be. Another lightning storm, look at that. Let me know in the comments if this is annoying to you. If you want me to turn the weather effects off, I can do it. I'm not attached it to hip to these. I think it's like a cool new effect, but if it's making things less enjoyable as a viewer, please do let me know. Feedback is always appreciated. We're still minus 49, so you can see how long it's kind of taken to get plebs in here. We need 4 more weapons. Where are we at here? I think we're well, a full 16 here. There. Oh, I know the problem. We gotta set that. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and send that. And I will go ahead and start populating this block. I think it's time. It's gonna take the plebs a long time to get here anyway, so might as well go at it. There's a huge caravan right there. We don't have to get them all right away, and just get some. That's totally fine. We can get a couple Luraria here to make it a little bit prettier. Ooh. So for wheat, let's set let's set that. Okay, let's send this out. There we go. We're minus 20. You can see the long journey, the Oregon Trail is happening here. And then, because we'll have the plebs moving in, what we want to do is we want to get our oil started. And I might do that right here. I might set up like a little oil area right here. I think that would be just fine. Let's do that. Let's maybe get a highway going here. Just speed this up slightly. And then I think I'm going to get a road like this. Like that. Got plenty of room here. We won't have to worry about filthy, dirty gulls too much. Let's get a warehouse right here. And we're going to allow olives and oil. Bring that up to 16. And we're going to get our olive oil workshops here. We'll do that for now. That's totally fine. We do want an engineer, which we can get right there. Positively awesome. Let's go ahead and turn on olive imports. And we should see whoever's trading us olives, we should see them come right here. Boom, boom, boom. There they go. And then they're going to go over this way, and they're going to buy whatever they're going to buy, which is great. Now, furniture. Remember, furniture we're only selling down here, and this is a bit of a problem. This one only bought 4 items. That's not great. This one bought 12. That's good. So you can see we're not keeping this as full as we want it to be. Despite the fact that these are, especially the furniture, is completely full. So we want to fix that. Also, let's do a couple things. Let's get 2 cart depots. We'll get one here. And I can't get one there, sadly. So I'll get this one right here. And we're going to do furniture. From, was it 7 to 6? I think this is 6. It has to be 6. There's only one other. And we're going to get... Oh, we want to allow oil here. And we'll do oil from 10 to 6. Great. So that should help us out quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oil. Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Your boy cannot count. Let's get one more oil workshop here. Put that sucker right there. There we go. Remember, we want 16 furniture and 16 oil. So if you see here, that was pretty good. This got full, I think. Let's slow it down slightly so I can actually click on things. Yeah, 6 and 6. 11 and 1, perfect. So that adds up to 12 on both of them. Great, that's what we want. And now we're getting our first shipments of oil here. So let's make sure we are selling that. Turn that on to exporting. You are on. Was there anything we forgot to do here? I don't think so. Wine, but we can't get wine yet, so that is what it is. And we do have some houses here now. So let's get maybe a couple of medium statues here to help out with the desirability. And let's also fill in a couple more houses here to keep the plebs rolling. Okay, we'll speed it up again. And if you ever need like a dump of workers on this one, like if you have too much unemployment, just get more gold. There's nothing wrong with it. Eventually you're probably going to get your city mint and you'll start turning gold into cash. And you'll just be living high and mighty. It'll be great. It'll be great. Fear not. Alright. What did you buy? 3 and 6. Okay, so that one wasn't full. That could have bought 3 more things. This won't be full. So I think I do want to get another price rise in weapons. That's good for us. Yeah, look at this. This guy's going to come in. There's nothing for him to buy. He's just going to leave. We want to avoid that at all costs. You might say, well, isn't your money great? And yeah, it is, but not every map is going to be like this. So I think it's just a good habit to get into, to have just as an efficient route as you can, especially if you're wanting to like climb into harder maps. Like if you're really wanting to test out some of the more ridiculous map makers out there and like hyper optimized maps, just getting into the habit of like constantly keeping your warehouses full, making sure there's always something for traders to buy. It's a good habit. It's a good habit, and it's gonna help you out when you're challenging much harder maps that are in the Reconquer campaign. The Reconquer campaign itself, it's not too bad. Mission posts have been unlocked. Local barbarians have come to us seeking more goods. We can use this opportunity to send envoys and translators in an effort to Romanize them. Cool. Of course, at this point, this area, the Gauls in this area weren't really too barbaric. These, Lugdunum, this area was, the Aedui were here. The Aedui were famous as Rome's pretty much staunchest allies for most of the Gallic War when Caesar was proconsul of the area, and he was on his campaigns in Gaul, defending southern Gaul, defending the Republic. It was a really interesting time. If you ever get the chance to read Julius Caesar's The Gallic War, I've read it probably 5 or 6 times now. I have it right next to me, actually. I read it all the time. But it's just fascinating. This, because, you know, Gaul wasn't a unified nation. You know, just a bunch of tribal nonsense, and Caesar, in fact, starts the very first page of the Gallic War is basically explaining Gaul. He says, you know, Gaul is divided into 3 parts. You have the Aquitani in the south. You have the Celts, or who we call the Gauls, in the center. And then in the north, you have the Belgae, right? And the Belgae, these are like the scary barbarians. These are the ones who live on the Rhine or close to it, and they're constantly fighting with the Germans, and they don't allow trade. They don't want to have any kind of imports, so they're the furthest from civilization. Comparatively, the Gauls, or the Celts here, you know, down here you have Massilia, and Massilia would, the Greek colony, so Massilia had contact with them, so they were used to this, and they were learning from them, and had constant contact. The Roman city of Narbo was right here. Of course, Transalpine and Cisalpine Gaul right here. There was pretty good relations with a lot of the tribes in this area. So, not all Gauls are built the same. Some of them were already fairly civilized. Sadly, Druidism would not be crushed until later. But eventually it was crushed. For the joy of all. But yeah, there's a little history lesson in our playthrough. Let's go ahead and just get the school here. There we go. And these guys should level up nicely. We have room for 525. So we have a lot of room, and that is going to very slowly kind of trickle in. Ooh, and you can see now, we actually have some starvation going on here. So we could set this back to getting from here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab a cart depot. And we're going to go from, what is this, 2 to 5 to help us out. This one, I think, is very overstuffed. We have all of this, plus this being fed into this one, so we can afford to take out of this, and that's A-OK. So we'll do that. And then, eventually, this is going to become problematic, but not yet. It's still fine. Alright. So where do we want to go next? I think what we want to do... We are selling oil. This is looking a lot better, by the way. Look at this. This is looking great. Got a lot more goods being delivered here. Maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe it's about to empty up, especially since we're selling these weapons now. RIP. I'm going to let all this stuff sell. Now I'm going to start storing. I do want to get more weapons, I think. I think that's going to be a reasonable thing to do. So, let's do it. Let's do a couple things here. I'm going to go ahead and get a road that reconnects this, because we have this. And let's get a couple more iron mines here. Really a ridiculous amount of iron, but that's okay. And let's get some more weapons going here. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 6 of them, why not? Just a ridiculous amount. I'm also going to get a workshop here, or a warehouse, excuse me. And this is just going to be for weapons as well. Set that at 16. And we'll also grab a cart depot here. And we'll start sending this over here. So this will be from 11 to 6. That's a lot of weapons. Go ahead and get one more farm here. I know we don't need it yet, but we're gonna need it soon. We're at negative 101. So let's go ahead and get a few more houses going here. Let's get these suckers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We'll grab a statue over here. Cool. And now, I've totally forgot, but we can get mission posts now. So let's embark to do some civilizing. It's kind of interesting to read sometimes how, you know, if you look at a lot of modern takes on Julius Caesar and the Gallic War, in particular the Gallic War, but for some reason the Gallic War is like the pinpoint of modern Caesar studies, I feel like, or like the interest of Caesar is fixated on this, because there's, you know, a lot of people who go on tirades about imperialism and all this, but so much of the initial conflict in Gaul, the first really 2 years, 58 and 57, was Caesar fighting on behalf of the Gauls. He fights against Ariovistus, the German invader, on behalf of Southern Gaul. He fights the Helvetii, who had also brought other tribesmen from various areas from doing a mass migration and completely kind of staging an upheaval in the west. He fights the Belgae, 300,000 of them, who were going to invade Gaul from the north. So there wasn't, every time you meet someone who's talking things like Gallic genocide or this, that, and the other thing, you can kind of put them in the same camp of people who use BCE and CE instead of BC and AD. Like, you can already tell what you're dealing with. That's just me pontificating on Caesar now. Alright, so this will take care of these two. This one is gonna be slightly annoying because I always forget this is here and I mess up, so let's do this. And let's get these guys. And we'll just mission post all of these, I think, for now. It always happens on this map where I totally forget about this one house. And I'm just building farms up here, and all of a sudden the locals rise up and start attacking me, and I'm like, wait, why? And I don't get it, and it takes me a minute. I'm gonna nip that in the bud this time. We're gonna prevent this from happening. Let's get you guys here. And eventually we're gonna need some more food in here, but I think we're okay for now. Should be fine. And where does this put us? Well, we basically have all the pieces in place. Look at how many weapons we're getting here now, by the way. It's so many weapons. We have all the pieces in place for really getting our patricians online and taking this to a winning map. We could be getting more houses over here. We could get a couple over here, even over here. That would be totally fine. This map's interesting. You can leave yourself at small causes, and it's totally fine. You don't have to. And then just get big patricians right here. But we'll see. We'll see. It's 8k population, so I think 3 big blocks and a patrician block generally is enough. If your housing is built well. But we'll see what we end up doing here. The only negative here is when you have small causes and you get patricians, these guys become unhappy because they don't have enough entertainment. They're comparing their lives. They're on Instagram here, comparing their lives, their pleb lives to the patricians up here who have all sorts of entertainment and wine and taverns and wenches and all that. And they get very upset. So that's not good. But I think we're in a pretty good spot. So what's our plan here? Next time, we're going to build our patrician district, and we're going to get everything we want ready. Eventually, I don't think we got it yet, but we're going to get a quest to build a Grand Temple of Ceres, which we'll probably get over here. And that will unlock vineyards and let us get wine. Basically everything, all of our goods, pottery, furniture, and oil, we're already making. Wine's the only thing we're missing. So we'll probably get that next. Grand Temples, we might get just Ceres for the quest, and then Venus and Mercury for the bonuses they give. Those are like universally just great. temples to get on every map, so we'll probably end up getting those. And yeah, I think we're in a pretty decent spot here. You can see, though, that it's very easy to be, like, giga negative on this map and stay negative for a long time just because it's taking so long for plebs to come in. Could I have done this better? Oh, yeah, sure. I could have added more houses here first. I could have added more houses over here and dealt with this a little bit better. But, you know, it's not like we're suffering, so it's fine. So, let's go ahead and save it. So I remember I can save it here. We'll end it there. Everybody, thank you for joining me today. If you liked it, leave a like and subscribe, and I will be back to attempt to finish this map up, maybe, next time. So until then, have a good rest of your days, evenings, and mornings as they may be, and I'll see you next time. Take care.